Want to talk to you guys today. We've got probably 48 hours before the timestamps that all the original people came through can disappear for people that haven't done Influencer or Influencer Pro. So basically today, I just wanted to get together with Travis. This is really Travis's idea to go, you know what? I've got some great training here. I just want to make sure everybody fully 100% understands where we're at, what everything means, the comp plan, Influencer Pro, the matrix. I just want to make sure everybody understands this. And we were having a bit of a talk on a leadership call yesterday, and the amount of one-on-one calls that I've had in the last, 72 hours or so, you would be blown away by how many people still don't quite understand, should I upgrade to Influencer Pro now? Should I upgrade in a week's time? What happens after August? How does the matrix actually work? So I feel like because this whole Shoply thing has engulfed my life 24/7 for the last month, I kind of just feel like everyone knows the comp plan up and down, back and forth, and everyone's, staring at their Telegram chat all day long. But the reality is very few people are doing that, right? People have got a 9 to 5, they're self-employed, they're busy kids, they're maybe doing other businesses, not 100% all in. And so a lot of the phone calls that I've had recently, I'm leaving people texts, audio messages, voicemail, getting back one-on-one, Zooms, 2, 3, 4 people. And the common conversation's been, hey, Aaron, can you explain to me the matrix? What is this Influencer Pro thing? And what happens after August? And I'm thinking, man, a lot of people still don't understand. And so I've sort of gone from around about 7 people that upgraded to Influencer Pro just by themselves automatically to now around about 17 because of those one-on-one phone calls. And so we were chatting in the leadership call last night. If you are building this thing, even a tiny little bit, a medium amount or a large amount, if you put people into the free system, very few people are going to upgrade themselves because people don't know what they don't know. So don't presume that they know what you know. Don't presume that they understand what Influencer Pro is. Don't presume that they're even on this Zoom right now. So Travis is going to do some training in a second, on exactly how to go about that. The one-on-one, the calls, the scripts, what do I say? And, I would put a heck of a lot of urgency on that because we're about 48 hours away from people missing out on some potential income, and some people quite some potential income that could make a big difference to them. And the way that I look at this is, sure, I want to build my business, but I'm so passionate about this and believe in this so much, and the maths just works, that I really want people to understand it for them. I want people to understand it for them because an extra $500 US a month to a family could make a huge difference, but it could be a whole lot more than that for some people as well. So I just want to make sure people are aware, and that, they don't want to upgrade. Fantastic, no problems. As long as you understand the ramifications and understand how it all works, I'm cool with that. If your budget doesn't allow you to do that right now, totally cool with that as long as you understand what it means. And so those are the conversations I've been having, and it's been really rewarding because people are upgrading. They understand now they want to link arms and build this thing and make the most of that upgrade. And I'm going to show you a little bit about what that may mean for you. I'm going to go into my back office, show you a few things. I'm going to run through the compensation plan in perhaps a little bit more detail than what we have been, because at some point you want to keep on understanding it. You don't need to understand it all right now, but we'll go into a little bit more detail today. So let me share my screen real quick and just bring up a couple of things for you guys. 5 reasons to be an Influencer Pro right now. Obviously the matrix income is a big one, and we're going to go into that in a little bit of detail in just a second. Now, whether that means that you spend, $800 to be an Influencer Pro and you get $500 back in month 1, and then you're getting $500 every single month, that would be fantastic. If I walked down the street and said to people, would you pay $500 if it meant getting $500 back every single month? Every single person's going to say yes. Would you pay $800 to get $500 back every single month? Yes. Now, for some of you, that's going to happen for sure, for sure. For some, that may not happen in month 1 because you may have 6 people that fall under you under the matrix. Other people are going to have 60. Other people are going to have 10,000. It's just going to be different depending on your upline, downline, crossline, when you sign up, those types of things. But the matrix income is obviously one of them, big, small, or medium. The vendor income as well. We all know that if you are looking to bring on partners, then you can only do that as Influencer Pro. I think we all know that one pretty well. If you don't, we are bringing product to the marketplace of Shoply. This is how we're building this thing. This is why it's so unique and special and exciting. You can only do that at Influencer Pro. I think a big one that's underestimated, again, if you're building this big, small, or medium, is that your team will do what you do. Always. Hey, have you upgraded yet? Nah, I'm going to wait and see if this thing works. Oh, yeah, me too, me too. Have you upgraded yet? Of course, I upgraded last week. Influencer Pro, baby. Oh, yeah, I better get onto that. Your team will do what you do, and you'll be amazed at how many influencers you get. You know, I'll save a few dollars. I won't go to $800. I'll just do the $500 because you did the influencer. So it's all about leadership, your team copy, they do what you do. Obviously, we're getting a 20% direct bonus. Now, if you're going to enroll 1 or 2 people, that already pays for itself. You know, you want to get 20% instead of the 15%. Obviously, you're not going to get anything if you don't upgrade. And it unlocks all of the potential of the comp plan. So, you know, as you rank advance, you get more income potential, but it unlocks all the potential there in the compensation plan. So let me go into a little bit more detail about what all this means. I think we all get this one in terms of the compensation plan. If people don't upgrade, they can still go and market products. And just let me know if you have any questions about each one of these, because today's a bit more of a casual team call, a leadership call. So let me know if you don't understand how affiliates make money. So these are people that don't want to upgrade. They don't want to build a team. They might have got a timestamp a month ago, but hey, I don't care. I'm happy not to have an extra five. I actually had someone today say, oh, I don't need an extra $500 a month. I was like, everyone needs an extra $500 a month. You know, even if you're on 50 grand a month, I'll take that residually. Especially with our exchange rate, Travis, we get better than you, so we're actually getting about $700 a month. It's a bit of a no-brainer, but I'm just going to jump into the chat here because I don't think anybody doesn't understand the affiliate way to earn income, and it's been around a long time now, so I think that's why people understand it. Is these guys can go and market product on their Facebook, on their TikTok, on their Instagram, and the vendor's going to choose how much they make. They've paid $0, they've got a $9 membership, and they're just marketing product, right? So that one's pretty straightforward. The vendor development bonus, you can only get this income source if you're an Influencer Pro. So this, you know, the matrix is probably the biggest one, obviously. But for me, number 2, this is what I'm going to focus a lot of my time on moving forward. So I'm going to be really focused with my team and building that out. But I'm going to spend a lot of time sourcing the very best quality products for the team that I think will go really well on the marketplace. And you can only do that if you're an Influencer Pro. So understanding that each time we bring on a product to the marketplace, we're earning 3%. Now know that it's 3%. So we're going into a little bit more detail here, 3% of the volume, right? So not necessarily 3% of the dollar. So you'll get 3% of the volume. That adds up pretty quickly, right? So the vendor might choose, okay, the massage chair is a $500 payment to the affiliate, and the PV on that might be $1,000. So you would get 3% of $1,000 each time that massage chair got sold, whether it's in your team, in the back office, with your affiliates, with customers. If you introduce that product, that is merged to you, that is fingerprinted to you, that is pixelated to you forever. So somebody in Canada, Nigeria, Venezuela can pick up that product. Doesn't matter whether they're in your team, in your country, doesn't matter. You will always get the 3% on that sale. Question, can you upgrade later if you want for the $299 difference? No. So that's another great reason I can put on that PowerPoint why to be an Influencer Pro right now is because if you upgrade to Influencer, which is smart, you're going to capitalize on your timestamp in the matrix. But then if you want to upgrade to an Influencer Pro 2 months from now, you pay the $799. So you don't pay the difference. So another reason you may as well knock it on the head right now. So that's a good question. So I think we all understand the vendor development bonus. We've been talking about that. I'm going to spend a bit of time here. And I think a lot of the guys are getting this now. Now, it's an interesting concept, right? So the community matrix payout for you guys is mostly going to be on what? It's going to be on the $29 a month. It's going to be only $39 a month. That's how it's calculated mostly. Now, has anybody in the business yet paid 29 or 39? No. What have we paid? We've upgraded to Influencer, or we've upgraded to Influencer Pro. So either $500 or $800. So let's take the average of those two, say $650. All right, so if the average person's paying $650 to upgrade, this little example that I gave here the other night, if you had 142 people that were on a, say, $100 per month average, which is kind of how I'll work it out moving forward. Now, we get 3.5% of that in the matrix. That's how it's worked out. 3.5% goes to the company, 3.5% goes to us. So that's how you're getting your $500 US every single month. And that's a huge reason to upgrade straight away, because who thinks possibly, maybe 142 people joined after them from when they clicked that free timestamp? But is it going to be 142? No. Why? Because the average is probably now closer to 200 per node, 200 per person. If I look at Influencer Pro, Influencer Pro, Influencer Pro, $800, $800, $800, Influencer, $500. 30%, stay with me here, guys. 30% of those upgrades, the Influencer, Influencer Pro, the vendor, 30% of that goes into the matrix. So by my calculations, let's say the average node here is closer to $200. So now I don't need 142 people. I can get my 500 US on my very, very, very first community payout, which is going to be about mid-September. That might be $500 with how many people? 72 people. So let me know in the chat if you think 72 people may have enrolled after you in the matrix. From your upline, from your downline, from your crossline, 72 people, you're going to get the $500. So it's likely, it's possible. I'm never going to guarantee anything. I mean, we can't see the matrix. I'd love to have a report in my back office that told me exactly. I think I wouldn't be sleeping. I'd be pretty excited. I just have no idea of the numbers, even in my matrix, let alone your matrix. But there's going to be something, yeah. Yeah, the community payout is maxed, John, at $500 US per month if you do nothing. If you do nothing. Now, what if we did something? It's interesting. So I want you to have a little bit of a look at this one. So this is in the PDF. This is the formal comp plan of the matrix. So we do absolutely nothing. We upgrade to Influencer, Influencer Pro. Bang, that qualifies us for matrix income. Also, want you guys to understand is that qualifies you all the way through to the end of September. You do not need to pay anything in September. You are qualified. So the next month that you need to qualify your account is October. Now, if people aren't qualified for 3 months in a row, every quarter, they're going to clean out the matrix. All right, so we're getting into some more detail here, guys. We're getting into some more complication, but you're ready for it. You guys are ready for this, right? So every quarter, the matrix is going to scan. Think about it like an AI scanner. And if you haven't qualified by having 100 PV in your account for those 3 months, you're going to lose your spot in the matrix. If you don't do it for 2 months, that's okay. You're not going to earn in the compensation plan. You're not going to earn in the uni level because you're not qualified, but you'll still get your matrix. You're still going to stay into the matrix. But every quarter, they're going to clean that out, right? So once the $500 is kicking in, here are some people now that are just building a little bit of a team. Another huge reason, in my opinion, not in my opinion, it's just maths, it's facts, so it's not even my opinion. But if you've got 2 people that have enrolled and upgraded, 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, you've got to get on that Influencer Pro Pack straight away, because let's say the matrix is going to pay you out $1,000. You want to make sure that you're a team influencer #1 and you're bringing in $1,000 of volume so that you get paid $1,000 in mid-September or mid-October or mid-November. All right? T2 up to 2,000, T3 up to 4,000. Now, the great thing about these ranks, this is, just so you guys know, this is the cap that they're paying you in the matrix. But if you're owed $4,000 mathematically in the matrix, T3 maxes out at 4,000, but you need 4,000 to match that payout anyway. So none of these ranks are capping you at less than what you're bringing in. So it's actually quite smart the way they've done it. And then we got 7 grand, 10 grand, 15, 25, 50, Mac 3, $100,000. Now, where it gets exciting is Diamond. Okay. Diamond Influencer, which you need 150,000 volume points to be a diamond. 150,000 volume points. But if the Matrix owes me $1 million that month, it's going to pay me $1 million. That's pretty cool. And so let's have a bit of a look. I'm just going to change gears and just give you an example. So I don't know how many people, are underneath me in the Matrix, but I want to make the most of it. So right now, this is my favorite thing to go and check on an hourly basis. I click on my little scorecard. So again, for those that are new, if you have upgraded, you can go to my.shopley.com, my.shopley.com, and just log in with the credentials that you created when you clicked on your Shopley account. Log in, and probably about 20-30% of the reports are working. Most of the reports will start kicking in, and the shopping and the products, pretty soon. I love clicking on the scorecard, clicking on status progress. And I would kind of encourage you guys to do the same. We don't know how many people are in the Matrix, no guarantees, but it's just interesting because you can click on, say, Micro 1, and you've got a team happening now, right? So we're past the sign up to Influencer Pro, do nothing. Okay, if I was a Micro 1, yep, I'll tick those boxes, tick those boxes. Okay, how many points have I got here? Mac 2, Mac 3. So you can sort of click down and see where the green lines have ticked you off. And you can even do a quick view on this one. So if I come down here to Mac 3, okay, and let's say, for example, in my Matrix in mid-September, the Matrix is going to pay me $100,000. Now I've got to work out, do I actually have 100,000 of volume coming through? And yeah, according to this, I do. That's fantastic. What about if I was a D1? What's D1? D1 is unlimited. So I need 150,000 volume points to hit that. The cool thing that they're doing at the moment as well is these things down here, customers. Are there customers in Shopley yet? No. So they're going to waiver this. And so I'm just trying to paint a picture for you guys here. If over the next 48 hours, over the next couple of weeks, if you can upgrade to the Influencer Pro and you're building a little bit of a team, let's start to think a little bit bigger than the $500, right? I think there's too much talk about, hey, just upgrade Influencer Pro, you get $500 doing nothing. That's totally awesome, totally possible. Maybe month 1, maybe after 12 months, it's still very cool. But the people that are on this particular Zoom, I think are thinking a little bit bigger than that. So start to think about, hey, what happens if I just made it to T2 and I had, 10,000 coming through? What could my check possibly be? So you can start to think a little bit bigger than this. How many people fell underneath me in the Matrix? What sort of volume do I need to get for that? Because who knows what that first check could be for you guys. So it's just something to start thinking about, am I going to end up at around T1? Maybe I've got $1,000 check coming, 4,000, 7,000, 15. I mean, I'm thinking big, right? Because there's never going to be a better time to capitalize on 800 PV, 800 PV, 800 PV. Because guess what's going to happen in September, October? We're going to have 100 PV, 100 PV. So you guys are going to be on 100 PV. And so my volume, I fully know, I've done this for 27 years. My volume is going to be less in October than it is in August. It just is. So I'm going to capitalize on Influencer Pro. I'm going to get as many team members to cash in on this Matrix as they possibly can, particularly if they're going to waiver the customer thing for the first month or two, because that's going to be harder to get. So I think there's a real moment in time here, and you've got 48 hours to not sleep and just see what you can capitalize on. Now, that may be a little bit confusing for some of you, but I just wanted to paint a picture of the limits that you have here, but also the potential that you have here. Now, whether you do this in the first month or whether you do this after 12 months, this is where some of the really big money is going to be. And so the Matrix is just taking care of itself for you. Obviously, you're enrolling people, they're enrolling people, the Matrix is growing, but the company, your upline, your Matrix is always going to grow. Now we go to work in the back end, we go build a team, we build the volume up, and just who knows where it might go to. But again, you can only do that at Influencer Pro. So I did this example the other night. I think you guys get this, and right now I'm not doing it at $100. I'm calculating it at $200 per node average because of the sign up percentages, right? So I'm going to hand it over to Travis in a sec. Direct bonuses, we all understand this. Another great reason, Influencer Pro. I mean, it does make a big difference when you're looking at $80. Well, what's 15%? I think we worked out 0.15 of 800. So you're looking at 120 versus 160. So another great reason to be Influencer Pro. A little bit on the uni level. So let's have just a slightly closer look at this. I've never shared this slide because in a general presentation, it gets a bit too complicated. But this is something we're going to start to think about as we're moving forward. We're going to start ranking to Team Influencer 1. So the uni level out the back end when we build a business pays us down to 5 levels, right? So at Team Influencer 1, we're getting 10% of our level 1's volume that goes into the compensation plan. So their signups, their product purchases, etc., their duplication. 5% on level 2, 5% on level 3, nothing on level 4. Okay, we rank advanced to micro influencer, we start to get level 4 kick in. We upgrade to macro influencer, number 4, number 5, and now also infinity. This is what excites me as this matures and as the team grows. I mean, you can kind of have a look in your free invite system where it says waves. It's going to say how many waves you've got. And I can't remember what mine's up to. It's like 10 or 15 waves. But basically what they're saying is this level. So you've enrolled 10, but on your second wave, you now have 300. On your third wave, you have 1,000. On your fourth wave, you might have 600. And so these are the different levels that it has. And you might think, oh, it only goes down 5 levels. That's a pretty low uni level. But look at this. Once you get into, Team Influencer 3, you get paid 2% down to infinity. 3%, 4%, 5%. As you start to get into these 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and 15% infinity levels, I know that doesn't mean much to most people, but you're going to make so much money in this comp plan as you rank advanced to some of the, micro, macro influences. So I just wanted to show you that table. It's in the PDF that's in our Facebook group, that's in the Telegram. You can sort of study this. But again, don't really need to know much about it. But it's just interesting to see as you start to mature and understand as a leader with this comp plan where it can possibly go. The global pool is going to be really interesting, pay out once a year. And that's all I really wanted to talk about. I just wanted to go into a little bit more detail there with the compensation plan, but sort of show you why would you upgrade right now and not next month or the month after or the month after that? Just for the pure fact that there could be 10 people in your matrix, 100 people, 1,000 people, 10,000, but also to help educate your level 1s, your level 2s on, because they're going to ask you the same question. I can't afford it. I don't really see the point. I don't think there's really any urgency. There's going to be a lot of people that don't upgrade that have 5,000 people underneath them in the matrix. And to me, that's a real shame that they didn't capitalize on that. So then how do we communicate that? What should we be doing exactly over the next 48 hours? If you guys just want the minimum payout return, I think it's smart. If you guys want to do a little bit more or a lot, what does your next 48 hours look like? And to explain that the best in the universe, I'm going to hand that over to Mr. Travis Flaherty to sort of give you, some scripts and some practical advice and, the next 48 hours, but also moving into September as well. Yes, people will lose their spot in the matrix if they don't upgrade August 31st. You've done everything you could. You've hustled, you've helped them, you've educated them. You can't help it if they've gone into the witness protection program, you've called them 20 times. But I really want to just emphasize that as a leader, big, small, medium, 1%, doesn't matter. If you've brought someone into this system for free, it's your obligation to do as much as you can to communicate to them what August the 31st means. And if you've done that, awesome, you're going to reap the rewards of that. We go into September, products, back office, shopping, customers, vendors. That's when I'm going to get even more excited. But the next 48 hours, I really think you owe it to yourselves. You've done all the hard work. You're pioneers here. You've got the timestamp and you owe it to your team, big, small, or medium as well. So Travis, what does our next 48 hours look like? And then, what's your kind of vision in September moving forward?
Well, first of all, thank you, Aaron, for having me here. And thank you, Aaron, for sharing this opportunity with me. Some of you know the funny story of how originally I was not open to Shoply. And for those of you that don't know the story, my nose is itching, sorry. So for those of you that don't know the story, Aaron flew in from Australia as one of the initial group of influencers, one of the first core group of influencers to be able to take a look at Shoply. And Aaron and I are good friends. My children know his children. We've vacationed together, and it's one of the benefits of just being in the industry is the relationships that you build. And so, Aaron is one of my dear friends, and he said, "Hey, look, I'd love to fly over and see you after the event. I'm going to be in the United States. Let's go have a steak." And I kind of jokingly, but not jokingly, said, Aaron, I have this rule, and that is anytime that somebody goes to a company convention or they go to like an event, I typically at least won't talk to them for 2 weeks because they're so jazzed up and excited that I don't want to talk to them. And so I said, so if you come, we'll have a great time, but I don't want to hear about Shoply, not interested. And he said, got it, no problem. And he flew into town and we went out to dinner the first night. And I have to say, he did not say one word about the event, like nothing at all. And so the next day we're hanging out by my pool and the curiosity got to me and I got all the way till about 3, maybe 4 o'clock. And I'm like, all right, so tell me about what is it? Like, what is it that you're so excited about?
I'm
and
good at playing hard to get, mate.
he did a great job. And I have to tell you that it was a slow conversion for me. I first started to see myself as someone that could participate in the business development. I love the idea of bringing businesses onto the platform. I know the power of 83% of buying decisions today are now influenced by our friends on social media. Think about that, 83%. And so I know that businesses are doing everything they can to try and collaborate with influencers. And I'm going to give you some powerful ammunition in just a moment. You might want to grab a success journal because this will be information that you can use in growing and building your business. But that's where it started for me. And then slowly but surely, I thought, I'd love to be a course creator here. I started to talk with others that felt the same way that I did about how the network marketing industry really, the old ways don't apply, right? I always say old ways won't open new doors. And so I went from being a hard no, to now here I am all in. And my next 48 hours, Aaron, just so you know what that will look like, is very little sleep, a lot of Zooms and a lot of calls, and I'm having the time of my life. So with that being said, I want to give you guys just some valuable information here first on why becoming an influencer has skyrocketed. I think that it's really important that you understand the substance. And I do want to point something out here. We're not here to try and slam people into a business or to make you feel bad if you can't afford to upgrade. Our purpose today is to help you to make a well-informed decision, right? Whether that decision is that this is for you or it's not for you, that's okay. We just want to make sure that you fully understand the opportunity that you have in your hands, and ultimately you can make a good decision that's right for you and your family. So I want to put that out there first and foremost. Now, becoming an influencer has skyrocketed in popularity, especially even in the last few years. I mean, it's absolutely exploded. And there's several reasons why so many people are diving into this space. And the reason why it could not be a more perfect time for Shoply to be doing what they're doing. Number one, let's talk about the market growth. The influencer marketing industry is absolutely booming with a projected worth of $24 billion by the end of 2024. Just to put that into perspective. I mean, this growth, it shows no sign of slowing down, and it makes it an attractive space for individuals like you and I to be able to go and build a career or build a side hustle here. And I also want to say that in the world that we live in today, speaking of old ways won't open new doors, multiple streams of income is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. You have to make an additional $12,000 a year here in the United States to be able to afford to live the same way that you lived 3 years ago. You've got to figure out ways to be able to generate additional revenue streams to be able to keep up today. The number two reason why it's exploding is because of the high trust levels. Influencers are trusted by their followers. 70% of consumers now trust influencer recommendations more than any traditional advertising. And that significantly impacts purchasing decisions. Again, 83% of those decisions are now influenced by the people that we know on social media. And this trust makes influencers incredibly valuable to brands. And that is going to be the reason why you're going to see hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, and eventually hundreds of thousands of vendors that onboard onto Shoply because they want the attention of the influencers. And there is no place out there in the world right now that they can go and find the largest gathering place of social influencers in the world, which makes Shoply extremely valuable. Talking about an ROI, brands love working with influencers because the return on investment is very high. So get this, for every $1 spent now on influencer marketing by businesses, for every $1 spent, businesses are reporting an average of $6.78 back. $6.78 back. That has led nearly 90% of marketers to believe that influencer marketing now offers a better ROI than just about any other marketing channel that exists today. And then, of course, you have the relatability and the influence. Influencers' ability to connect with their audience on a personal level, it makes them more relatable than traditional celebrities, right? That was the old model. Let's go get all these celebrities to promote these products and services. But this relatability is absolutely crucial because you now have 6 out of 10 consumers saying that they prefer influencers who they can actually relate to. So just some stats on why becoming an influencer is so appealing, and why there's such significant money to be made, because of this high level of trust from audiences in this ever-growing market that continues to offer new opportunities. So this influencer industry, we've seen this remarkable growth, and it shows no signs of slowing down. You also have the rise of what's called micro-influencers. I really want to, this is a very important I can't talk, I've been talking so much lately, important part that I want to share with you. So you might say, well, I'm not an influencer. You know, I don't have tens of thousands of followers. And I'm sure some of you have had that thought. But I want to talk to you about the rise of micro-influencers. Micro-influencers have anywhere from 1,000 to 50,000 influencers. And they're becoming more increasingly popular due to their higher engagement rates and overall relatability. They actually inspire up to 70% more engagement than larger influencers, which makes them an extremely valuable brand an asset to other brands that are out there. So you may only have 1,000 people on Facebook that you're connected to, or 2,000 or 3,000, whatever the case might be. And you might think, well, I don't have that big of an audience. The truth is that your engagement is much more valuable from an ROI standpoint to different business opportunities. And it's, again, because of the connectability and because of that trust. And I have to touch on stay-at-home moms and the influencer culture for just a moment, because you know what this is doing is it's empowering through social media so many stay-at-home moms to become an influencer, and it's now offering ways for them to contribute financially, but also maintaining that flexibility that they're looking for. It gives them the ability to share their everyday lifestyle in a very authentic and relatable way, which audiences, because of their relatable content they're putting out every day. It's an extremely fast growing niche. You know, the mommy influencer niche is expanding as more and more brands recognize the purchasing power. So overall, the influencer industry, it's going to continue to grow, and it's going to have this strong trend towards micro influencers and the increasing participation of stay-at-home moms. And so I want to share that information with you so that you truly understand the value of what's coming to fruition here. To me, I look at this as this is the next Amazon for influencers. It really is. And you're here before they've even opened their doors. And that creates a tremendous opportunity. You know, I've learned that if you can position yourself in the beginning stages with a company that has all of the signs of becoming one of the next giants in the industry, there is a lot of money that can be made. And so with that, how can you be successful in this environment? Here's what everybody is asking. Then I want you to understand, if you have people that are in your community that registered for free and they're looking to make a decision on whether or not they should upgrade, here are the questions that they are asking themselves. Here are the questions that need to be answered. And I'm going to do my best to answer these questions for some of you that have not upgraded tonight. First of all, the first question is, can I earn my money back? I mean, if I put out $499, if I put out $799, it's a lot of money right now, guys. I mean, people are struggling and suffering. Do me a favor. Just by show of hands, drop an I in the comment section, or show of hands if you know somebody that went to bed last night saying a prayer asking for financial solutions. If you know somebody that went to bed last night showing a prayer, saying a prayer asking for financial solutions, just about every single person that's on this Zoom right now. People are struggling. People are hurting. And so we have to make sure that we honor the fact that if we bring somebody into this business, that we can help them to be able to make that money back, because it's coming out of their hard-earned savings. And we understand that and we respect that. And so I am going to talk about some different ways that you can earn your money back within the first 30 days here in just a moment. So that's one of the first questions that needs to be addressed with the people that you're talking to. I would encourage you to write these down if you're taking notes, because these things are the things that your prospects are going to want to know. The second thing is they always ask themselves, what is it? Can I do this? And is it worth it? Right? What is it? Can I do this? Meaning, can I see myself being successful in this environment? This is what they're thinking. When they hear the presentation, they're thinking, can I be successful here? And then the final thing is it going to be worth it to me if I go put some time and take time away from my family? So my hope here over the next few minutes is I can help address and answer some of those questions for you and help you to be better prepared to be able to speak with your registers and future prospects that you currently have. So number one, I want to talk a little bit about how we can get your initial investment back, even in the first 30 days. And I want to connect the dots for you. To me, I was looking at a lot of different ways that people can generate their income in the first month. And obviously right now, as an influencer pro, so let's say that you came in on the $7.99 level, okay? You decided that you wanted to be able to have access to $10,000 in courses, which, by the way, just so you know, those courses are aimed at teaching you how to become a better micro influencer and influencer, teaching you things like AI, teaching you valuable skill sets that you're going to be able to utilize, to be able to leverage, to be able to go out and put into these different product launches that we're going to be rolling out. So there's a lot of value in just that alone that you're going to be receiving. But when you come in at $7.99, you are getting 20% of all of the licenses that you sell and all of the vendors that you onboard within the first month. Okay. So I was thinking about this, and I was talking to my friend Don down in Cabo this morning, and we were having this conversation, and I said, Don, to me, and this may be, everybody might have a little bit of a different opinion, but to me, the low-hanging fruit, at least initially in that first month, is vendors right now. Think about how every one of these vendors would love to be first on a platform that already has hundreds of thousands of social influencers in 165 countries around the world. The idea of them being able to get their brand onto that platform first is highly advantageous. I've already just given you the statistics to show and support the fact that these businesses are trying to figure out how to connect to these micro influencers. And so for me, the 5 that really came to mind was, number one, course creators. We all know course creators. There's probably dozens of them that are on this call today. Jeff's raising his hand right now. He's an amazing course creator. Anybody that has some type of valued content that they've been able, or an expertise that they have where they can turn the camera on and record some courses that can add value, you have a tremendous opportunity here. I am a course creator. I have hesitated to launch my own affiliate programs because I just don't want to run my own company. I don't want to deal with payroll and taxes and all of these things. The fact that Shoply will handle all of that for you, they'll merchant it, they'll take the small portion out and pay it to the influencer that's promoting the product, and you just get your cut, makes it extremely attractive. And I promise you that in the next 30 days, if all you did is hyper focus on content creators out there on the internet, you could go bring 5 to 10 of them onto Shoply right now. Giving them an opportunity to be first on this platform is something that they're going to jump at. Because I can tell you, what's the number one thing that these course creators are trying to do or get with their products? Visibility. They're trying to get their content out there, and it's not easy, is it, Jeff? It's not easy. You got to do a lot of legwork in cultivating an audience, or you've got to run Facebook ads, and then even then, they're not going to generally buy your product if they don't know who you are. So having the ability to be able to come onto a platform like this allows them to be able to get the visibility in the eyeballs that they're looking for. So think about this. If I bring a vendor domestic onto the platform at 20%, I'm going to earn $200. Okay. If I bring an international vendor onto the platform, I'm going to earn $300 just one time for one person. Okay. So if I just go and get 3 vendors that are domestic, I've earned essentially all of my money back, or just about all of my money back. Yeah, I have. That's $900 that I've earned back within the first month. So the first question that I would ask you to consider is, do you think that it's realistic, with the largest gathering place of social influencers in the world that's backed by a billionaire, Amazon with a compensation plan that's attached to it, that you could go find 3 potential course creators that might want to be on this platform over the next 30 days? I mean, they're everywhere. If you go out on social media, they're everywhere. So that's number one. Number two, I was thinking about this. There's these business expos that happen around all the time. You go to these business expos and there's thousands of businesses and they've got their products and they're trying to get the word out about their, what it is that they're promoting and selling. You realize you could walk through and just collect business cards. And out of those business vendors, I guarantee you 20 to 30% of them would want to be on Shoply right now. I mean, there's so many different businesses that are just vying for more visibility and more exposure. And when they understand that not only can they be on a platform like Shoply for $1,500, guys, it costs $25,000, $30,000 to go start an Amazon store. And then you got to come up with all the traffic to get there. You can literally be on this platform for $1,500 internationally, $1,000 domestically, and spend $79 a month to a business. That's nothing. And here's the beautiful thing. They have a predictable acquisition cost. Why? Because they don't have to pay anybody unless somebody buys something. If I'm a course creator or a business owner, I don't have to pay anybody unless somebody buys. It's different than if I'm putting a ton of money out there. How many of you guys have run a ton of Facebook ads and not gotten the returns that you had expected? I've spent tens of thousands of dollars. And every time, it's like insanity. I keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And I don't even want to go in and look at the amount of money I've spent over the last 5 years, and I've gotten nowhere near the ROI that I want. So again, just think about that. You've got course creators, you've got business expos with all of these different businesses, you've got businesses that are in your backyard. I think about that, and then I think about Facebook, and I look at all the different businesses that are advertising on Facebook today. I was sitting on the couch last night, we were watching a movie with my family, and while I'm doing that, I'm kind of just looking, and one after another, ad after another was coming up, and I thought, man, this would be a cool product for Shoply. I'll bet you they would want to know about Shoply. And you know what they're doing? They're paying money right now. They're paying ads to get in your news feeds. And I promise you, they're paying a heck of a lot more than $79 a month. I guarantee you, they're probably spending that a day. So would they want to know about a platform like this? Email them, start a conversation with them, put them in front of a presentation, get them on the phone with one of your leaders. And could you think it's realistic? You might find 2 or 3 among the tens of thousands of businesses that are out there, hundreds of thousands that are advertising on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, that might want to know about the largest gathering place of influencers in the world. So, and finally, what are you passionate about? People ask me all the time, well, do you think this would be a good product? Do you think this would be a good product? Here's the thing. Would you want to talk about it? Would you want to promote it? Do you think that other people would be interested in a product like this? And that's really what it comes down to. I love the fact that we have the freedom to bring products and services onto this platform that we're excited about and that we're passionate about. And so first and foremost, to me, the easiest way to get this $799 back, guys, is just to go find 3 people. And I'm telling you that anybody that partners with me one-on-one, I'll give you my commitment. We will lock arms and we will go figure out how to go get 3 people. We will put a plan in place. And I promise you that this team and this community with the level of experts that we have on this call will be doing trainings to teach you how to go and reach these people's scripts, to go how to reach these people so that you can go and get your initial investment back, because that is extremely important to me. So number one, can I make my money back? The answer is yes, you can, and you can do it very, very quickly. Now, is it worth it? Well, let me ask you a question. Are you satisfied with where you're at right now? I mean, are you happy? Are you making all the money that you want to make? I've never asked somebody this question. I've never had somebody say, hey, Aaron, are you making more money than you can spend right now? What would you say, Aaron? Are you making more money than you can spend?
Man, I can spend. I can never. Never.
I have a very.
I have a wife.
I have a very unique gift and talent of spending money. I'm one of the best at it. So listen, I've never had somebody say to me, you know what? Thanks so much for asking. I'm making so much money, I can't afford to spend it all. No, we all need to create extra income in our lives. And so the reality is having additional revenue streams in this time and age, of course, it's going to be worth it. One of the other ways that you can generate your income back, and this is going to be very, very quickly, is we're going to be launching, doing coordinated product launches. I was on a live with my friend Mike Tharp just the other day, and came up with this idea of the Launch Masters Collective. We're going to put a group together, and this is for people that really want to participate at a high level in product launches. They'll be able to decide which ones they want to participate in. And as Aaron said, we're going to be very selective about the products that we roll out. We're going to make sure that they hit a certain criteria, that they are profitable, that they are marketable. And we are going to, as a team, roll these products out, and we're going to take the expertise of somebody like Jeff with AI. We're going to take the marketing brains that some of us have when it comes to rolling these products out, and we're going to give you a 7-day, 14-day plan of action of how to market this product that we're rolling out. So it could be whatever widget. It could be a weight loss product. It could be a health product. It could be whatever it is. But we're going to continue to do these product rollouts. Guys, we've done product rollouts that have done millions of dollars in revenue in a period of 30 days. So when you do it the right way and you have the right language, you can have very successful product launches. So how would it make a difference in your business if you were able to plug into individuals that have earned 7 figures, 8 figures online in this industry, spoon feeding you the critical knowledge that you need, including the content, to be able to have a successful product launch? And we're coordinating these product launches over and over. One weekend, we might do this and invite you, and you might say, yeah, my audience is probably not going to resonate with that. So you sit back and wait for the next one. By the way, you can still do your own product launches and do whatever you want, but there's power and strength and community in numbers. And when we go do this collectively together, guys, the amount of revenue that you can generate with these coordinated product launches is absolutely going to put you in a position where you can leverage these trends that are happening in the influencer space right now. So think about this. A coordinated product launch, let's say a vendor pays you $30 to $40 per sale, and we teach you how to get 10 to 20 purchases a day. You do the math. That's $300 to $400 a day that are coming through with product launches just because you understand how to be able to go out and drive engagement on social media, which are things that we are going to be teaching. So finally, who do you know that's tired of the same old school, I love Aaron's word, cooked, the same old school cooked MLM business model? Does anybody know anybody by show of hands that happen to have a little bit of PTSD from network marketing? They're bruised and they're battered from companies that are falling apart. Anybody at all? Just about all of us, right? Do you think that any of those people would be interested in a new model that is refreshing, is the right word? It's refreshing. And I can tell you that I know this because many of you are here. You're not a veteran in this industry until you say, I am never doing this again, at least 5 times. And I'm probably on a dozen or more at this point. But the reality is, we have a new approach to the industry that is conducive with where the marketplace is today, where the world is today. And it's refreshing. Like, I am having fun again for the first time in a really long time, you guys. And I'm so excited about this. So my point is, do you think you could go find 3 of them or 4 of them that want to join a platform like this with everything that we have to offer? Guess what? Boom, you've got your initial investment back. So there are just some different ways, and I wanted you to just kind of in your head go through the scenarios of what would allow you to get your $4.99 or $7.99 back within the first 30 days. And I will give you my absolute commitment that I will do as many trainings as you guys need and want to ensure that you have the knowledge and the expertise and the skills to go make that happen within the first 30 days. Deal? All right. So finally, let's talk a little bit about just some strategies for those of you that have people that have registered. Aaron said something very, very important earlier on. He said that we just assume that everybody's plugged in. The reality is there's this old Pareto principle, and it's driven me crazy for the last 20 years. I've tried to change the stats, the percentages, and they just don't change no matter what you do. 20% of the people do 80% of the work. The other 80% never show up. It's just, they're just busy. They have good intentions, but they've got life and things that are happening. And so they're not plugged in. Many of them that registered maybe haven't even ever made it onto a snapshot. They have good intentions. They were interested, but there's a difference between an interest and a commitment. There's a big gap there. And we have to do our job to try and close that gap as much as possible. So first thing that you need to understand is there's a difference between being an announcer and a promoter. An announcer is, hey, there's a call happening tonight, team call, 5 o'clock, and you just put your banner up in your chat and leave it at that. But a promoter takes a little extra initiative. They get out there and they're texting people, hey man, are you going to be on that call in 30 minutes? I'm just looking for it. I guarantee you, I had some people that are here tonight that somehow in the last hour, I probably hit you. Raise your hand or say aye if I hit you up in the last hour to 2 hours, just to be on this call tonight as a reminder. It's because I wanted to make sure that you understood how important that it was. There's a difference between announcing and promoting. And when it comes to this, you cannot sit back and just expect that they're getting on the Q&As and that they're getting all the information. You have got to take initiative and action and go and get in front of them. So how do you do that? Very simple. Anybody that is not upgraded in your system in the next 48 hours, I want you to send them this text message. I want you to say, hey, Dino, this is Travis. Can we connect for 10 minutes in the next 24 hours? What time works for you? Now, don't everybody text Dino, because Dino might be a little bit overwhelmed, but you know what I mean. Everybody text your prospect. Hey, prospect, this is Travis. This is Gary. This is, whoever. And can we connect for 10 minutes in the next 24 hours? What time works for you? And then when you get on a phone call with them, you're just going to have a conversation with them. And I'm going to give you an outline of what that conversation could sound like. It's what my conversations are sounding like right now. Okay, so if we need to get their attention, let them know it's just for 10 minutes, let them know it's important. Now, this is where you're going to have what I call as the conversation. The conversation. First of all, number one, this is what I would say. I would say, Aaron, thanks for taking the time today to chat with me. I just needed to share a couple of really important things with you. First of all, Aaron, you need to know that you have a very special position in my organization. And how do I know that? Because any one of you or anybody that is registered up to this point has a time and date stamp before the doors have even opened in a company that will have over 1 million people in it probably within the next 12 months. So anybody that is here with a time and date stamp has a very special position. So I'm going to say, Aaron, you have a very special position in my organization. And I also want you to know that this will be the biggest thing that I've ever built in my life. I'm committed to this. I am focused and I'm very excited about this. Why? Because people want to hitch their wagon to people that are serious. People want to hitch their wagon to people that are committed, right? In a world of uncertainty, what do people crave the most? They crave certainty. So number one is I'm saying this, or number one, you have a very special position in my organization. Number two, this will be the biggest thing that I've done. And the people that lock arms with me, we're going to go build this thing and we're going to win. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Okay. Number three thing that I say to them, Aaron, where you're at right now from a time and date standpoint, it's kind of like having real estate in Manhattan in 1920. Do you guys know that the entire island of Manhattan once sold for $24? Isn't that crazy? $24. I know. I was shocked about that too. So it wasn't in 1920. It was before that. It was actually 1700s. But my point is that today Manhattan is landlocked. And the value of real estate there is one of the most expensive areas in the world because there's just no land. So I relate where we are right now and those that have a time and date stamp to having land in Manhattan in 1920. Because that time and date stamp puts you into a valuable position. Aaron explained to you earlier on how our community matrix works. You need 125 people in your organization to be able to pool $500 a month. Is that right, Aaron? Is that 125?
No, well, if you base it on $100 a node going forward, it'd be about 140 people, but right now it's probably about half that.
Okay. So because of the amount of people that are upgrading and those type of things. And so my point sharing that with you is you don't even have to go get those people. And because it's a community matrix that fills in from top to bottom, left to right, and the time and date stamp that you have. Now, I can't guarantee you're going to be at $500 tomorrow. I don't know when you came in, your time and date stamp, who your sponsor is. There's a lot of variables there. But what I do know is this. If we put 130,000 people into the organization and in the structure in a matter of 4 weeks, what do you think it's going to be in 4 months and in 4 years? And so Aaron said it earlier. Would you spend $800 to make $500 a month collectively ongoing? If you think about that, $800 getting $6,000 a year return. What is that? I don't even know. What's that? 5x on your money? Is that about right? 6x on your money? 7x on your money? 7x on your money? Who wouldn't do that? So there's a tremendous opportunity just because of the time and date stamp. So I say it's like owning land in Manhattan in 1920. The next thing that I tell them is listen, your date stamp, your time and date stamp is going to expire in 48 hours. Not even less. I don't even think it might be less than that. Aaron, what's the time exactly on Saturday that it's the cutoff?
At midnight, 31st of August, midnight. Is it CET time zone? Is that right?
CST. So Central Standard Time. It would be wherever corporate is, which is in Texas, which is Central Standard.
So it's about 48 hours from now, a little bit over.
Yeah, so you've got 48 hours, and I just tell them your time and dates understand that they can earn up to $5 a month literally for just buying an influencer or an influencer pro pack and making sure that they're active. That's it. That's it. And that's, by the way, not the maximum that you can pull out of that community matrix. There will be people that are pulling 10, 5 figures, 6 figures, and even 7 figures out of this matrix. It's just as your organizational volume grows, then you can start to pull more out of that as well. And then I tell them, and this is just my opinion, but I tell them you would have to be nutty not to upgrade with your time and date stamp. I let them know that you would have to be nutty based on when you came in with me and what I'm about to go and do. You would have to be nutty not to upgrade that position with me. And I also tell them this, even if you aren't ready to build today or you don't know how to leverage this platform yet, you will soon, because I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how we're going to go leverage this to go make a lot of money together. See, the key here is that they're sponsors and recruiters. There's way too many recruiters in this industry. You know what a recruiter is? A recruiter, think about a recruiter in the sense of corporate America. Their job is just to bring somebody to the company and that's it. There's way too many people in this industry that are recruiters that just slam people in and then they run away. They disappear. They're on to the next thing, right? They don't, a sponsor is somebody that's there. They're willing to lock arms. They're willing to say, let's go and build this together. And so one of the most important things that I can convey to them is that I'm not going to throw you and slam you into this deal and run away. I am here. I'm going to lock arms with you. We're going to go build this together. And so these are the things that I'm saying to the people that I have that conversation with. And then I ask them this question, and I want everybody to write this down. Aaron, if you were to do something like this, what would make it worthwhile to you? If you were to partner with me, what would make it worthwhile to you? What's going to make you go, yeah, this is worth it?
I'd want to see some leverage time. So for my efforts, whether that's just 10 hours a week, I want Travis, I want you to show me that those 10 hours a week are worth it. Like, where's the leverage in this business model?
Okay. So Aaron, let me ask you this. If I'm willing to lock arms with you and I'm willing to run with you and to show you exactly how to do these product launches, I'm willing to have the conversations with the vendors and even teach you how to approach these vendors and provide you with the content and the scripts and all of those resources to be able to start getting your business to a place where you're starting to enjoy the benefits of a residual income, extra income business model. If I'm willing to make that commitment to you, would you be ready to make that commitment and upgrade today?
Absolutely. I'm actually looking for a mentor to work with. I'm hungry. I'm willing to put the work in, but I need that template. I need that mentor. So that sounds awesome.
See, this is the conversation, you guys. So that's the flow. This is a conversation you need to have with your people. This is the difference of 5% of your people upgrading or 80% of your people upgrading. I'm going to tell you, it is. It's the difference. You got to put in the work. It's easy to send an email out and a message out and just, hey, this is the next call, get on, all the information's there. That's not going to cut it. If you really want to leverage this invite system, which by the way is still active, you guys still have 48 hours to send invites. I sent 3 today. I'm still utilizing the invite system, bringing them in and then letting them know, getting them on a snapshot if they haven't seen one, which is the process, right? Get them in, get them registered, get them on a snapshot, and then let's have the conversation. This is what I'm going to close with. Dollars follow value. You have to create the value. How? You find out what your register wants most in their life and help them to see how you can help them to go and get it with your support, with your commitment. That's what they want. And I promise you, if you convey that properly and you show them that they can go, how they can go get that money back, they will lock arms with you. So that is all I've got for you guys. I'm open for questions. I'd love to hear from a few of the leaders and why they decided to go Influencer Pro, Aaron, but I'm going to kick it back over to you.
Awesome, Travis. Thank you. And just put a fire in the chat if you thought Travis's training there was on fire. Now, I'm presuming that you guys know where to find the fire symbol. But guys, that was awesome. Travis, thank you so much. And you know, if you want to add anything, if you want to, hey, this is why I'm Influencer Pro, this is my vision, this is where I'm falling in, this is my goals, put up your hand or just put up your hand on the Zoom, we'll unmute you. And would love to hear from just a few of you as well. You know, it's great to hear from Travis. You guys hear from me. Jeff's put his hand up. We'll hear from him in a second. So, you know, 60 seconds or less, let us know. And awesome, 92 people on this Zoom. I feel like in this industry, it's all built around belief. You know, people often ask me, Aaron, if you could give me the top 5 things that would make a successful networker, what are they? And there are so many different attributes. You know, you can talk about all the skill sets, but it really does come down to belief. And I feel like there's been stepping stones for belief in this company because not everyone knows or known who Terry LaCour was. Not everyone understands the model. And so I feel like each Zoom that we do, each time we talk about the comp plan, we talk about the vision, the business model, the penny is dropping that little bit more for each person. And 30 people turn into 60 on a Zoom that turn into 100. And it looks like I might have to upgrade the Zoom account very, very shortly, which is extremely exciting. The one other thing that I'll just leave with before I hand it over to a few of you guys, and then we'll sign off, because I know you guys have got a very busy 48 hours ahead of you now, is understanding and having the expectations on what qualifies you as an Influencer Pro. So we upgrade, we pay the Influencer Pro. There's nothing more that you guys need to pay until October, right? You're qualified all the way through August. You're qualified all the way through September. Someone just asked in the questions then, what does qualified mean? Qualified means in regards to if you want to continue to earn matrix income, which is paid out to you twice a month, right? It's paid twice a month. The direct bonus is paid to you weekly. The matrix income is paid twice a month. The unilevel payment is paid once per month. To stay active in the matrix income, to stay active in the compensation plan, you need 100 personal volume points. Now, the really exciting thing about this, that can cost you next to nothing. So you're paying your $39 per month as Influencer Pro, go and enroll one customer. If we're paying, and this is what the company's done for us, normally a $40 a month payment, $40 would be somewhere around about 20 or 30 PV, but they're matching it dollar for dollar, point for point, dollar to point, right? So $40 is 40 points. So now you need to top it up with another 60 PV in order to have 100 PV qualified every single month. How do I get that? I'm going to go enroll my mom as a customer for free. She can be a customer on the website for free, and she's going to have her monthly favorite product coming through to her house every single month. That might be some makeup, that might be some nutritional products, that might be my favorite non-chemical cleaning product, whatever it is, but that's going to top up my 100 points, because I don't want to necessarily have to pay to my own personal points. The thing is, I'll find products that I absolutely love on this marketplace that I'll change from buying my toilet paper at a retail store to buying in Shopply. I'll change from buying my deodorant to a chemical-free deodorant at Shopply. We'll buy our cleaning products from Shopply. So the 100 PV is products that I'm going to be purchasing for our household that we already purchase every month anyway. So the PV is a no-brainer. But if I just wanted to make the point, if money is really tight for you on a monthly basis, don't think about this as a cost. Think about it as an investment. Go and build the business. I mean, it's a super cheap business, but if it's really, really tight and you're kind of sitting there not doing much, go and enroll one customer, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister on one product, because those customers' purchases count towards your PV of the 100. I hope that makes sense. So one of the most affordable business models on the planet, and then just collect your $500 matrix income every single month, but then go out there and do a little bit. Build a little bit of a team and make 1,000 a month. Do a little bit more and make 2,000 a month. I mean, this can go wherever you want it to go. But I just wanted to finish on that point. And guys, let's really lock arms and let's just see what we can do over the next 48 hours. I was saying to one of my team members the other day, you'll get the biggest flurry of people that will come in the first 48 hours of this, which we saw, a little bit of a lull. And just because of human behavior, this is just how we're built. The next flurry will be at 11:59 p.m. on the 31st of August. And it's just kind of how we operate. But someone made a good point in the chat. Don't leave it to the last minute because your internet goes out. Some banks hold a first-time payment to a merchant for 24 hours. So be really careful of that. I wouldn't be leaving it till the last minute. But let's just see what we can do over the next 48 hours. As they say, we grossly underestimate what we can do over the long period of time. And I've seen back office volumes, like I look at my 116,000 volume points or whatever and think, oh, there's no way I can get that to 150,000 in the next 48 hours. You'd be amazed at what you can do if we link arms and leverage together. So have a little look in your back office, T1, T2, Catalyst. Set yourself a goal and just base it off of volume. Where do you think you can get to on a ranking? Because what the company will do in September is they're going to say, hey, we want to recognize Jeff Ross. Now, is Jeff Ross going to be recognized as an influencer one? Is he going to be a global influencer? Is he going to micro influencer? You know, people love the status. They love the recognition. What can you achieve in that little status in your back office over the next 48 hours. But Jeff, you got your hand up. Let's hear from you, buddy. Nice and quick. I mean, Jeff is crushing this. I remember talking to Jeff and he was kind of like, yeah, I'm pretty busy doing what I'm doing, guys. And I just know that that means he hasn't seen the value with it yet. And also Jeff's getting pitched, yeah, left, right, and center like we all are. Me and Jeff had a relationship, but it wasn't like a close relationship. So all of these things matter on, relationships. Then he saw the value, and he's a bit like Travis. He saw it as a vendor, and then he saw the bigger picture. And then, I think I woke up one morning and I was in 67 group chats to Jeff, and he's just crushing it. And so, again, it comes to belief. So, Jeff, Influencer Pro, buddy, you've just got back from Thailand. I'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, man. The light bulb went on, and the light bulb went on for me when I could see how, at the average Aaron, the average Andy, could actually how to make this work for him. And that's what got me most excited about. I've got a lot of sort of, let's call them newbies in our community, and I'm looking at ways to help them to make their first $10,000 or more a month so they can live the laptop lifestyle. So, I must admit, like, I was myopic in my focus. I already had my plate very, very full. And I was a no. I think I was about no to Kevin about 20 times before I said, all right, I'll have a look. And we had a look, and it was like the light bulb went on. The other thing, I'm sitting back here over the last couple of weeks and just really reflecting on what's got me most excited about this is, yes, it's got something for everybody. But I'd say that the person who's just getting started at this, like, the Trish, the Dave, the people who are just new to this game, they literally can get into this nearly on pennies on the dollar. And just all about timestamp your position and actually, go and get that $500 a month without actually doing anything other than just saying yes right now. But that aside, they can be an influencer, they could be an affiliate, and go and promote other people's products. And the fact that we're going to have a community here of, Travis and Aaron and Nicolette and, some powerful leaders that I followed and aspired to be like for the last 18 months, getting on here and locking arms and helping the affiliates to promote these amazing products. And we're going to have some amazing training, some amazing leadership. This just ticks all the boxes for me. So yeah, fired up. And Travis, thank you very much for that little bit of that script and that training, man. That's gold. I'm going to go leverage that and go to work right away. Appreciate you.
You're going to put it into Chat GBT and make it sound like Jeff.
Of course I am. I'm going to make the caffeinated kangaroo style.
See, we are working smart here, guys. Get on the Shopley train. Get on the Shopley train. Becky,
we're off.
To hear from you.
Hey, everyone. I'm Travis. That was amazing training. I got on a little late, but I caught the script, and I'm going to use that as well. So, oh my gosh, I am so excited about Shopley. I always say, it could have been called Beckley because I am a customer first. I am a vendor. I have my own digital products. I've taught thousands of people how to sell on Amazon. I have my own physical products. I even have a Shark Tank product. It's not my product, but I represent a Shark Tank product. So I'm working with him to get over on Shopley and maybe only be available on Shopley. So super excited about that. He was actually accepted on Shark Tank too. So that's kind of exciting. Let's see. I am a pointer sister. Like, I'm so excited. I point people to all kinds of stuff, and I'm a network marketer. And I'll do all that part-time. I work full-time. I'm supervised chemist, so I'm a scientist. So I'm busy. So if you're busy, you can do this too. You just have to want to do it. And when you see that vision, when your eyes are open, it's like a no-brainer for me. I don't even know who I signed up with. I saw a video on Facebook and I was like, I got it. 30 seconds in, I was like, where do I pay? And it wasn't even paying until like a month later. But yeah, I'm super excited to be here. And yeah, thanks to our team.
Well,
we're on an amazing team.
Thank you so much. And some lucky random person on Facebook's going to be super glad they posted because they got Becky on their team. But I think that's a good lesson to learn too. Like, it's amazing how many people try and build a network marketing business as an undercover agent. They're like, oh, I'm in network marketing and I hope someone joins, but you've got to be visible. And the thing that's happening with Shopley right now is, you build your network marketing business through socials, through people through cold calls, through ringing up. But when something goes really big, like a Terry LaCour Shopley launch, networkers start Googling Shoply, looking on socials for Shoply, Googling best leader to join in Nevada with Shoply, best leader to join Queensland, Australia, Shoply. And so you got to be visible. So chuck some YouTube videos out there, be on your socials, you know, go and paint your car with your Shoply website, whatever. You got to be visible, right? And you just never know, you get a Becky on your team. I think I saw Dario with his hand up. Is that right, mate? Did you want to be unmuted, or is he gone now? Anyone else want to say anything? Love to hear from each and if you haven't said anything ever on a Zoom because you're like, oh, I'm not ready yet, I'm not a leader yet, I'm a bit nervous. Today's the day. Today's the day that, you know what, tomorrow's never promised. Then no one cares. You sound awesome. We'd love to hear from some new people. And I'd also love to see the people that are brand new. You know, what excites me is someone that I barely know, haven't met yet, is going to be a global influencer in 12 months' time. And I love seeing those emerging people, you know, develop their leadership and, you know, create Shoply as the one that the apprenticeship's been done, and Shoply was the one where I made it big. Love to hear from Carmen with the infectious smile. Carmen, I've sort of seen your belief, and this is just from the outside looking in because we don't know each other super well, but I've sort of seen you like on Zoom sitting back, and then you get off of Zoom and I look into our Facebook group and there's like 6 people that are pending joining the Facebook group. Who invited you? Carmen. I'm like, oh, her belief level's rising. Then we get off the next Zoom and now hand up, and I can just see, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I can see your belief has gone up and up and up, and now you're like, hey, I'm all in with this.
Absolutely. My belief has gone up and up and up for the past month. I've been in here right kind of from the beginning. And you know, I really do, I see this. Like I've been staying on the Zooms and keeping plugged in, and I'm so grateful that I've done that because it's really helped me, because I've gone through lots of, other, prior to this, this industry needed a facelift. That's what I see. It needed a facelift. It needed a whole new, like a rebirthing, like you say. And that's what this platform brings to the table. And I tell you, I think I did have a little bit of PTSD just getting started again and getting rolling. And but I know, yeah, you're right. When I get off of Zoom, I light up everyone's chats. I'm like, I'm back, or not that I was gone, but yeah, I am just really, truly grateful to be here. Honestly, I see this as there's something for everyone. And the biggest thing for me is having retention in a business. They're rewarding us for being active here. I think that's huge. Like, I can, and any business I've ever done, like for, skincare, any other company, great products, great comp plan, great everything. But you know what? If somebody is not making money and something else shiny comes along, they're gone. And so you're forever rebuilding, forever, whatever it is, right? So with this, I just see such a different, like Travis said, it's refreshing. You guys are incredible trainers, incredible leaders. Like, we have everything we need to be successful here. And it just makes me, like, it was funny today. Actually, Dean was on the Zoom here earlier, and I was blowing up his his message box this morning, and he writes back and says, "Careful, Carmen, you're going to have a stroke." but it's funny because I have not had that level of excitement in, I don't remember when. It's been years. So I don't even know what, all I know is that there's a place for everybody here, that you come in where you fit in. And you know what? We all have a chance to be very successful at what we're doing here. And I'm just really grateful to be a part of this team. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Carmen. And there's such great points. And I want to congratulate everybody that is starting out here or restarting. And it takes a lot of courage to do that, because people will think, oh man, I've already been in 3 other companies. I put this out on my socials last month and now I'm doing this. What will people think? And the energy and the mental draining of starting over again. It's not easy. So I just want to congratulate if you fit into that category, because it does take courage. And, give this a chance to kick in. It's early days. And if you are consistent, because you're going to have a bad day, a bad week, you're going to have a tech glitch, you're going to have the product that doesn't come in. I would encourage you guys to see this through. Give this the time frame that it deserves. The 1 to 3 years, the 3 to 5 year plan with complete and utter focus. Yeah, you might have another job, another business, but give this the time that it deserves. And if it's just 10 hours a week, do a deliberate 10 hours. put that in your diary and do the activities that are going to bring in income, the activities that count, and you'll be amazed at what you can achieve with this company. So guys, with that, we are holding up your 48 hours of getting productive, Influencer Pro. A few questions in there of banks holding funds. Yeah, I mean, it's super common for a bank to hold a transaction to a very first time transaction for 24 hours. Again, that's why I wouldn't wait till the last minute, but it will clear in that 24 hours. Again, if anything's not working well, straight to customer support, get straight onto them and get that ticket in, and reach out to us. I mean, the one thing I'll say is we'll go into bat for you guys every which way we can, but also too, I don't work for Shoply and Travis doesn't work for Shoply, and we're not in the tech team. So, if something in the invites back office is not working, I can't do anything. I can only contact customer support like you guys can, but we can, raise the alarm to the VIP customer support. So yeah, please share with us anything that's not working. We'll help share that with the team that can help you guys out. But yeah, don't leave it to the last minute, and everything will get ironed out. So if something's not working for you, please yell out. We'll get it right. Let's get to work. Any final words, Travis?
Let's go.
Perfect. All right, guys, that's been 90 minutes. Let's get out there. Look forward to the inboxes over the next 48 hours. Let's see what we can achieve together. I'm actually really looking forward to getting it done and dusted and getting it to September with products and vendors and customers. Like, that's what I really can't wait for. I want to see that website. I want to click and shop, and I want to buy something and see that shopping experience. I want to see the funnel that when someone clicks on a vendor and it takes them through the journey, and someone just signs up as a vendor because they've come to my website. I haven't even spoken to them yet. They're all the things that excite me. And understand, guys, that every single week in Shoply, in a startup, something new and exciting is going to drop. So don't get too frustrated in the back office because this report's not working and this report's not working. Every week it'll get better and better and better and better. They're already talking about, hey guys, wait until you see what we've got in store for you on the last quarter of 2025. And I'm like, I can't wait to see what that is. But they already have the vision and the plan for the tech and the website out there. So it's going to get better every single week. It's a startup, but it's very exciting. Let's go make some bank. Let's go change people's lives. Let's go and help people. Let's get focused with the sticky product, stick together as a leadership group. And it's going to be incredible what we can achieve together over the next 5 years. But first 48 hours, let's get onto that one. Thanks everyone for jumping on. Let's go.